Hey everybody, I want to share with you some mad respect I have for these people out here in Washington. For all you people out there, you've seen some serious infringements upon everybody's constitutional rights as of late. It's going down on the internet. YouTube has been shutting down people's channels. They've been removing videos. You saw on the Bundy Ranch the freedom of speech zones. You saw an individual, an officer caught on tape explaining how these MRAPs are needed because they need to go after constitutionalists and people who stockpile guns. When did being a constitutionalist, someone who respects the Constitution, honors it, and enforces it, when did a Constitution-loving person become a bad thing? It's only a bad thing to the people who want to destroy us. They want to destroy everything about this country that has been founded from the very beginning of its inception. You see it going on all around you. What can we do about it? Well, we need to take a page from the playbook that went on right here. You see that all of these gun legislations in different states, Connecticut, New York, Washington, just to name a few. These people right here weren't protesters. They gathered together to violate, and I mean they violated the law. It's not law. And that's one thing we have to get that out of. That's a misconception. This is not a law. When a law is passed that infringes upon a constitutional right, that law is null and void. This law, even though legislators passed it, the law is null and void. The officers did not enforce it because they know that it's null and void. These people stood up and they swapped weapons with each other, swapped guns, and they did everything to violate this legislation that was complete garbage. That's the playbook we should be taking. Everybody in the United States should be rising up to this occasion. That's what it's going to take. People rising up to the occasion. And listening to the words of the guy who organized this whole law violation, Gavin Seam, it should be the new battle cry of the Republic. The battle cry, I will not comply. I'm fully on board with that. If we all rise up like these people right here, we can succeed. That is my opinion. I'm going to leave you with the words of Gavin Seam. And I couldn't have said it better myself.
Hello world, it's Gavin Seam. Tens of millions of dollars were spent by statists this year to pass I-594 in Washington. And it doesn't just have ramifications for Washington. It's the most unconstitutional and lawless gun restriction that we've seen yet, making it a crime to so much as hand my gun over here to a friend. So what ramifications does this have for all of us? Well, they're coming for you next. They're coming for all of America because they hate liberty and they hate justice. But here's what they didn't account for. Those ragtag, principled, gun-toting patriots standing up and saying, no, I will not comply. And on December 13th, 2014, at the Capitol, we the people are standing. We're not having a protest. We're gathering to violate this law and to affirm that we the people and our rights will not be touched, because shall not be infringed means just what it says. And it tells government you absolutely shall not approach this liberty. That means that all gun restrictions are lawless and unconstitutional. Now, we've been looking at this and we've been debating it the wrong way for too long. We've been too easy to have our gun groups and our politicians negotiate with our absolute rights. To say, you can have a little here and you can have a permit there and you can take a little here as long as you give us this. Well, how about this? Read my lips. The people should be armed equal to government. We have the right to bear arms as the framers intended. And all legislation that violates the Constitution is not law, it is null and void. And it's time we, the people, started standing against this lawlessness. And people say, but Gavin, the people have spoken. Let's talk about that. Let's say all the people get together and they vote that your church is illegal. How's that sound? Maybe they all get together and they vote that they should kill you and take your stuff. Sound good? I didn't think so. It's called democracy, and it's not what we have in this republic. We, the people, have affirmed our natural and God-given rights, and we have laid law, absolute and supreme, on government that said you will not touch these liberties, and you will obey these laws. We've been debating why we should be allowed to have guns and debating the statistics and giving people who hate our liberty credibility, as if they are even worthy of debating. I do not negotiate with bureaucratic terrorists, and neither should you. I don't have to explain my rights, and I don't have to make excuses for them. And this is more than just a rally against I-594. The statists have pushed too far. We're not just rallying to void this law, and we are voiding it because we are gathering to violate it, and it will become irrelevant. We are standing to say all your lawless restrictions and background checks and permits, they are all lawless. And piece by piece, we are going to dismantle the gun grabbers' restrictions and legislations and stranglehold over our liberty. My name is Gavin Syme, and I will not stand silent. I will not let the blood of generations who spilled their life for liberty go to waste. I will stand for our birthright and that of my children and that of my neighbor. I will not comply, and we will stand principled and peaceful for peace and liberty. But we are willing to defend that peace and liberty if that time comes. So we stand now to maintain and restore that peace and that liberty, and to restore the America that was founded. I will not comply. I will stand. Will you stand with me?